This is about King James and the British American colonies, so pay attention to this video. So for those of you who understand King James from the House of Stuart, who was known as the first James from the Kingdom of England, but the sixth of Scotland, he was the cousin of who we call Elizabeth I, who's known as Elizabeth I from the House of Tudors, and she had passed away without having any heirs in succession. So they said that King James had the right to inherit the throne of England, even though he himself was not an English king. Now, here's the arguments against King James' legitimacy as the English king under Tudor law. The Acts of Succession 1543, which is Henry VIII's will, says that it was authorized by Parliament to exclude the Scottish line, the descendants of his elder sister Margaret, in favor of the descendants of his younger sister Mary Tudor. Also, underneath the English common law, a foreigner was not allowed to inherit land in England. So, as a Scottish monarch, King James was not was technically a foreigner, and that raised the question about his legal capacity to inherit the crown. Though this was largely disregarded in 1603, and also there was no official nomination. Some experts argue that because Queen Elizabeth I never officially named him heir, and due to the legal exclusion of the Scottish line, his succession was essentially a political maneuver rather than a strict legal process. And that's the reason why Francis Bacon told King James that he cannot utilize the title of the King of England or the King of Great Britain on any type of official document. So once again, there you have it. King James and anyone who was underneath the House of Stuart, their lineage, Charles I, Charles II, these were all de facto kings. They were not English kings. Now, they may have the right underneath the Scottish line, but as being the kings of England, they did not have that right because they themselves was not English kings. So once again, you must do the true research regarding the history and how these kingdoms work, because you think that you may be a so-called descendant based off of these lines from what you have been told does not truly make you a proper man or woman and right in a specific title and line of succession. You must know the customary practices of these kingdoms. It's not about what you believe, and it's not what you find it on ChatGPT, and it's not what you find it on some of these fringe social media pages. If it's not something that's been presented or you can present in law via prima facie evidence, don't use it. Peace.